Our top story on this Friday is breaking news from Australia. Novak Djokovic is once again facing deportation and a potential 3-year ban from the country. His lawyers in court as we speak. It is after 11 p.m. in Australia, but they are seeking an injunction after the government revoked his visa for the second time. Now, we are hearing he will not be deported tonight and he won't be taken into detention, at least for now, but it's likely that he will face an interview with immigration officials in just a matter of hours. The judge presiding over the hearing tonight is the very judge who overturned the original visa cancellation earlier this week and ordered Djokovic released from that immigration detention center. So fast-moving developments, and bear in mind, he's the #1 seed in the Australian Open, which is set to get underway on Monday. Let's bring you the very latest live from Australia. Rochelle Harrison-Pless is with us, a freelance reporter based in Sydney. Late night for you, Rochelle. We appreciate your working so late into the evening, but there's a lot happening in that Melbourne courtroom. What is the latest?
So much happening, Heather. You're right. There's an urgent hearing in the Federal Circuit Court in Melbourne tonight. And Judge Anthony Kelly has just issued a few orders, so I'm just going to read them out to you now. The Immigration Minister will not take any steps to remove Novak Djokovic from Australia. Djokovic will attend an interview tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock with immigration officials. He'll then be supervised by Border Force officers from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at his solicitor's offices. And he may continue in detention from 9 a.m. on Sunday at his solicitor's offices. Also worth noting is that the judge has also ordered the proceedings to be transferred to the federal court. We are hearing that the hearing is taking place in the Federal Circuit Court. The judge has now ordered that moved to the federal court. Meanwhile, Djokovic's lawyer has suggested that the immigration minister's main reason for cancelling Djokovic's visa is that allowing him to stay will, quote, excite anti-vaxxer sentiment based on Djokovic's past comments regarding COVID-19 vaccines. But Alex Hawke, the immigration minister, said his decision was made on health and good order grounds on the basis that it was in the public interest to do so, adding that his decision was carefully considered with information provided by the Department of Home Affairs, the Australian Border Force, and Djokovic himself. Now, we also heard from the Australian Prime Minister, Scott Morrison. He said the decision is to protect the many sacrifices made by many Australians during over the course of the pandemic, because Australia has had some of the strictest, toughest border measures in the world when it comes to keeping COVID out. And we also know that Melbourne, the host of the Australian Open tournament, is the most locked down city in the world.
So, Rochelle, just as we're talking here, just going to bring up a live shot. Cameras everywhere on all of this. In fact, it's set up outside the lawyer for Novak Djokovic, the office for that lawyer. So no wonder the lawyers are concerned about the media circus potentially for the hearing tomorrow, and they want the location moved. Obviously, this is not the end of the story. Again, we have that hearing tomorrow. But what else could come in the near future, Rochelle, both for Djokovic and even for the tournament?
Yeah, that's right. This saga is far from over. We know that Novak Djokovic is not going to be leaving Australia without a fight, as we're seeing here with this last-ditch bid by his lawyers to keep him in the country and keep him at the Australian Open tournament, which kicks off in just a few days on Monday morning. So there are a few possible outcomes here. If he challenging it in court and he wins his court battle again, and he stays and plays, or he could win the challenge. His challenge could be successful, but then the government could appeal the decision. But he could also lose the fight, and that would mean that the minister's decision is upheld and that he is deported. But it would also mean that Djokovic would be banned from re-entering the country for 3 years. And now, whatever happens, this is just a nail-biting lead up to this tournament, which has been completely overshadowed by this visa saga. For now, though, organisers organisers of the Australian Open said that the men's world number one remains in the Australian Open draw, and he won't be removed from that draw until it is absolutely certain that he will be leaving the country.